Imagine your brand new 4K TV is like the hottest, most exclusive nightclub in town. It's gorgeous, everyone wants to be there, but there is a major problem. It really only has one main VIP door.
Right. And you've got a whole line of demanding VIPs waiting outside.
Exactly. You've got your gaming console, your streaming box, maybe a Blu-ray player, and they're all just shoving each other and demanding to be let in at the exact same time.
Which usually means, your screen starts flashing, the audio drops out, and you are just frantically mashing buttons on the remote, hoping something works.
Yeah, it's a nightmare. So for today's deep dive, we are looking at the technical spec sheet for the Blustream SW41AB-V3. It's a 4-way 4K HDMI switch from HDTVSupply.
And the goal here is to really translate these dense AV specs for you. We want to see how this device actually acts as that ultimate bouncer we were talking about.
Right, letting everyone in seamlessly without losing any of that premium quality. So the specs highlight HDMI 2.0, HDCP 2.2, and 4K resolution at 60 Hz. But specifically with a 4.4.4 color space.
Yeah, that 4.4.4 ratio is crucial. I mean, a lot of lesser switches use what is called chroma subsampling to save bandwidth. Basically, they compress the color data.
Wait, how does that actually look in practice?
Well, think of it like a painter trying to finish a massive mural really fast. Instead of taking the time to mix every exact shade of red for a brick wall, they just slap a single generic red over the whole section.
Oh, I see. So it looks fine from a distance, but up close, the details are all blurry.
Exactly. So 4.4.4 means the painter is taking the time to color every single individual pixel with its true, uncompressed shade.
Which explains why text looks crisp instead of fuzzy on a good switch. And then there is the HDCP 2.2 spec that handles the digital handshake, right?
Yeah, it ensures your streaming box actually trusts the display, so it doesn't just block a 4K movie and leave you with a blank screen.
Right, because we have all been there. But okay, that massive 4K visual data creates a completely different problem if your audio setup is slightly older, doesn't it?
Oh, totally. Say you have a fantastic surround sound receiver, but it just cannot pass a modern 4K video signal through to the TV.
So you're stuck. If you plug the streaming box into the receiver, you lose the 4K video.
Yep. And if you plug it straight into the TV, you might lose that high-end audio you paid for.
That is where this audio breakout feature comes in, right? It completely separates the streams.
Exactly. It sends the pristine video straight to your display while simultaneously splitting out the audio to analog and optical digital outputs, so you can feed your older receiver directly.
That's incredibly useful. And the specs say it also handles bitstream pass-through for object-based surround sound.
Right. Instead of just sending a sound to a fixed speaker, like, telling the system to play an explosion out of the back left channel, object-based audio maps the sound to a 3D space.
Wow, so it actually calculates exactly where a helicopter should sound like it is flying overhead in your specific room?
Yeah, it is super immersive.
Yeah. But I did notice something counterintuitive in these specs regarding how you manage all these devices. It explicitly states that CEC, that's Consumer Electronic Command, is blocked from the inputs to the display.
Yeah, that catches a lot of people off guard.
Right, because CEC is that feature that lets your streaming box automatically turn on your TV and switch to the right input. Why would a premium switch intentionally kill a convenience feature like that?
Well, because in complex AV environments, convenience often turns into a liability. CEC kind of assumes it knows what you want.
Yeah.
Have you ever been watching a movie and a gaming console in standby mode runs a background update?
Oh my gosh, yes. And suddenly the TV aggressively switches over to a blank console loading screen.
Exactly, the phantom input switch. It drives people crazy.
Ah, so by blocking CEC, this switch acts as a firewall against that unpredictability.
Precisely. It replaces unpredictable automation with actual, reliable control. That is why it features advanced ED management, which forces your devices to agree on the best video format without arguing.
Right, along with IR, your standard infrared remote, and RS-232.
Yeah, RS-232 being that serial port standard used to hardwire the switch into overarching smart home control systems.
So instead of devices fighting for attention behind the scenes, you dictate exactly what happens. Which brings us to the actual value of putting this in your living room.
Right, because HDTVSupply lists this around $305 today.
Yeah, and for that you get a 5-year Blustream warranty, free U.S. shipping, and they even offer 5 to 10% off with a promo code or wire transfer.
But the real point isn't just buying another black box, It is paying for predictability.
Absolutely. You are spending a few $100s to eliminate the daily headache of restarting devices, fixing fuzzy text, or dealing with that phantom input switching.
It is a serious piece of hardware designed to bring order to your setup. But it does leave you with an interesting paradox to consider.
Oh, what's that?
Well, if premium AV gear now requires specialized features like CEC blocking and advanced ED management just to force our devices to play nice together, have our smart entertainment devices actually become a little too smart for their own good?